Humm, baby.
Enjoy this great game.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and today we're going to go over a list of some of the players who are going to be missing the 2020 season because they're opting out, and others who have come down with the virus and are probably not going to start the season. So this is going to affect a lot of teams. It's going to affect predictions. It's going to affect wins and losses, and it's going to affect how fans feel because some fans are going to be upset when their favorite player or when a really good player decides to opt out, and that's understandable. They're having a season, even though we know, yes, there are more important things in baseball. We know that there's this pandemic. But guess what? They're having a season. They're playing baseball. So clearly, if baseball is important enough that they're going to get a season in, well, the fans are going to embrace it, and we are going to root for our teams. And when people decide to opt out, well, we're not going to be too happy about it. Not that we're mad at the actual player who's opting out, because I think most of us understand the situation, but we're still not going to be thrilled about it because it affects our team and the performance of that team. In fact, shout out to Matthew Heater, who let me know in a comment in yesterday's video that even Buster Posey is considering not playing this year and opting out. Now, I looked into that story, and it sounds like, from what I heard, from what Buster said, he is just considering it right now, and he thinks that pretty much every player is considering it and looking at all the options and making sure to keep an eye on everything, and he's talking with his wife about it. And yeah, they're doing all that. But right now, he's there. He's in camp. He's getting ready. So as far as I know, Posey will be playing this year. He has not officially opted out yet, but it is something to think about. And what do I think about that if it does happen? Well, for the Giants, obviously Buster Posey is not the Buster Posey of 2012. You know, he's not going to go win an MVP, but he's still a really good defensive catcher. He does work really well with the pitches, and the guy can hit. He's a natural hitter, and he's a great talent. So I think it will hurt the Giants. I think obviously it'll hurt the Giants when you lose Buster Posey. He's not their best player anymore, but he is still really good. Now, do they have Joey Bart? Is he going to be available? From some interviews with Gabe Kapler, sounded like Joey Bart is not going to be on the active roster to start the year. So I think that even if Posey were to opt out, I think that they would go ahead and just start Tyler Heineman or somebody else, and then maybe later on in the year we'll see Bart. So it would be a big hit if you lose Posey, despite the fact that he's not the Posey of 2012. But here's a list right here. If we take a look at this article, that shows some of the players that have already opted out. We got Mike Leake of the Diamondbacks. Not their ace pitcher, but Mike Leake, guy who was pretty solid, and he used to be really good when he was with the Cardinals. He even played with the Giants for a little while in 2015. Ryan Zimmerman, that's a star name. He is a veteran. He's older. He's getting ready to retire soon, so not a huge hit, but would have been great to have him back another year for the Nationals. That's a shame that he's going to opt out, but that's the way it is. He said, given my family circumstances, 3 young children, he's decided to go ahead and not participate. Joe Ross of the Nationals, and that is another guy who provides very strong depth for that rotation. You know, those 4th or 5th starters are important. All of a sudden you lose those guys, you're going to have to grab someone else from the minor leagues or whoever that's maybe not as quality a starter. Of course, the most devastating thing is to like lose your ace or something, but still, every member of that rotation is huge, and the Nationals, Joe Ross, he is going to go ahead and opt out. Ian Desmond of the Rockies, another veteran, he's going to opt out. So that's, you know, that doesn't help the Rockies too much. But a lot of these guys are not huge talents. I don't think it makes a huge deal, but these are some interesting names. You know, Leake, Zimmerman, Ross, Desmond. But here's a big one. David Price. Yeah, he wasn't the huge prize possession in that deal. It was Mookie Betts. But David Price was going to be a very quality arm in that rotation for the Dodgers, and a big part of the reason that I put all those videos out saying Dodgers are just stacked. I mean, top to bottom. And David Price, not David Rice. David Price has said, it is in the best interest of my health and family's health for me to not play this season. So David Price is out. And Joe Ross's brother, Tyson Ross, he is a Giant, but I'm not considering this a big deal because he might not have even been on the active roster. Tyson Ross was a fringe guy who got invited to camp. He is declining to play. So Tyson Ross, non-roster invitee for the Giants. So, you know, I mentioned earlier the Giants have done pretty good at not losing any big pieces. All due respect, Tyson Ross, it was nice to have him there, but he is not going to be a big piece for the 2020 Giants, so it is not that big a deal. But probably the biggest name, and you know, this guy has got a Hall of Fame name right here, and it's Felix Hernandez. He's nowhere near the pitcher he once was with the Mariners, but you know what? It was going to be exciting to see how he did in 2020 with one last chance to have a big season, and now it looks like he is going to be opting out. Probably could be the end of his career. So Felix Hernandez is not going to be pitching this year for the Atlanta Braves. But what about the COVID? The COVID is coming after some players, and not good. And here we have an article, 31 MLB players, 7 staff test positive. And we haven't even gotten off to the season yet. Now, I saw some tweets like incredibly low numbers. I mean, I guess percentage-wise, yeah, it's not like, there's a lot of players out there, but still, if you guys are being super safe and you're, doing everything right and everyone's in camp, they shouldn't be coming down with it. You got to be doing better than that, I think. I don't know how you're going to make it through the year. 31 players already. But anyway, whatever. Let's check it out. We already know one of them is Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves. That's going to hurt. And the Atlanta Braves, one of my favorite teams as far as, performance-wise. Not one of my favorite teams, but a team that I think is going to go pretty far this season. Had them picked to win the World Series in 2019. It didn't happen, obviously, but the Braves are a really good team. And one of their best players has the virus. He is a power-hitting first baseman and an unbelievable hitter. The guy is huge, and this is going to affect the Braves to start the year. It's just like any other injury. He's going to be out for a while. So not good news. You got this extra injury, so to speak, that can hit anybody at any time. And it can also, unlike most injuries, could pretty much end the MLB season at any given moment. So it's a very scary deal. And obviously could seriously hurt people. People have died from it. Mostly elderly, mostly people with pre-existing conditions. But it is scary as hell because if something should happen to a player or coach this season, something I don't even want to think about. I can't even fathom what that would mean for baseball going forward. So let's not think about it. But they haven't put out a complete list. They've said most teams have at least one or two players who have tested positive. So definitely we'll be following that and letting you guys know any players who get it, any names that get out there. So far I've heard Freddie Freeman and, we'll see. Of course, obviously we heard Charlie Blackmon earlier. It's going down, okay? People are getting it, but we're still moving forward trying to have a season, and I'm hoping it happens. It's still not official until they're out there playing, so we'll see what happens. Everyone's in spring training right now, not playing games except amongst themselves, and we saw a terrible injury when Giancarlo Stanton hit a line bullet right off of the face of Masahiro Tanaka. Terrible, terrible incident. I'm not going to even play the video because it's hard to watch. If you want to check the video out, go search for it. It is not pretty at all. Very, very hard to watch. And obviously, Giancarlo Stanton, everyone's not really in full baseball mode, but they have to get in full baseball mode because their season's coming up so quick. So he's out there, and unlike a normal circumstance where you would you're not going to just absolutely crush the ball like that this early in spring training, so to speak, but there's no choice here. They have to get ready for the season. Pitchers have to get out there and they want their full windup. They want to get ready for the season without a screen in front of them. They got to get ready and get ready quick. And unfortunately, what happened, and Tanaka was sent to the hospital. He's been released from the hospital. I mean, he's going to be okay, but hate to see. Something we hate to see. I don't care if it was Dodgers or anyone. You do not want to see pitchers getting hit in the face from line drives. It doesn't get, especially a line drive off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton.
No, thank you.
So that's what's going on, guys, with the coronavirus right now, with people opting out. So far, like I said, the Giants are fine, other than Tyson Ross. He has opted out. Honestly, not too worried about that, but would hate to see Posey do it. If Posey chooses to opt out or anyone else, it's their right to do that, completely understanding. But as fans, we're still going to consider how that affects our team. That's just the way it is. Okay, we're talking baseball, and we're going to talk baseball. And then when a key player is out, you mention it. You talk about it. How does this affect the team? How can this affect wins and losses? That's what we're going to do here at Humm Baby Baseball. All due respect to what's going on in the world right now and everything else. It's crazy, insane stuff, insane times. Have a fantastic day, though. And if you love baseball, there's this little button that says subscribe. Click it. And have a great day, most importantly. Even more important than clicking the subscribe button, have a fantastic day. And I'm going to talk to you later. See ya!
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.